Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 16th to the 31st, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so much for doing so. And I apologize for my voice. I have a cold, so do bear with me. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups reversed. We then have the Eight of Swords. Interesting, the repeat of the number 8 just says right off the bat, we're going to take things a little bit too seriously, so just be mindful about that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We then have the Chariot, and we have the 10 of Swords reversed. The Chariot is also Cancer energy. Time frame is June 21st to July 22nd. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And then we have the Strength card reverse. So if we're born on the cusp with Leo, or we have Leo energy in our chart, it might be coming through a little bit harshly during this time. So do be mindful about that. Or if we have Leos in our lives, we might find that we're not really getting on with them as well. But if we have Cancer energies in our lives or Cancer energy in our chart, we're going to get along with that energy quite well. It's going to be very good for us and very prosperous. So just being aware of these two things right here, right now. Leo energy is, of course, right after Cancer energy. So that is July 23rd to August 22nd. With the Eight of Cups reversed, there's something that we're needing to move away from. It's just not quite yet. So do be mindful about that. We can really feel like I need to be gone, but there's also a sense of, but I'm not moving from this quite yet. There's going to be there's going to be like, we have to stay put just for a little bit longer. So do be mindful about this. There can also be an energy here, Virgo. Oh, that's interesting. There's also an energy coming forward where it's like, I want to move away from this mindset or this way of being or this way of looking at things, but I'm not quite ready yet. So we're feeling like there's something big coming, like there's something big coming forward, but it's not quite yet. And that's just what's coming forward here. So just be aware of this, that we can get frustrated. It's like, oh, why isn't it now? And Spirit's like, because it's coming, because it's building. So being aware of that is going to be super important. With the Eight of Swords reverse, we're really letting go of being so much in our own heads, which for a Virgo energy is absolutely spectacular. We're getting out of our own mind, we're getting out of our own way, and that's going to be very liberating for us. It's going to be very powerful for us. With the Cancer energy coming forward, with the Chariot energy coming forward, we're taking the reins of things. It is time to let our emotions come forward, and that's going to be really important. It's like the depth of heart, the depth of emotion, the depth of compassion coming forward for us. And it's really saying, I'm putting my heart into it all. And with the 10 of Swords reversed, we are going to see ourselves reborn. This is my minor arcana death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. But it's very much a transformation that we're going to be seeing here. And there is a sense during this time that we're looking at a lot of negative mindsets, negative ways of seeing ourselves, negative ways of looking at ourselves, and we're saying no to it. We are going to see ourselves moving forward more with a sense of distinction and a sense of determination. With the Strength card reverse, which is funny because Strength is also the number 8 in the major arcana. So now we have the repeat of the number 8 3 times. 8 is a very serious number. It is very much a work number. It is a number of getting things done. It's being practical. It's being pragmatic. So that energy coming forward during this time can be very beneficial to us. But this can be a time that's all work and no play. So just be mindful about this, and be mindful because all the 8s are reversed. We can be a bit resentful about this as well. It's not like, oh, work is going to be just our main interest. It's just going to be that we have to do this all the time. With Strength card reverse, this is much more bullying energy. So the Strength, when we see Strength reverse, it is might equals right. And we're going to be really rebelling against that during this time. There is going to be this real sense of, if I don't want to be told what to do, and I don't want somebody, kind of breathing down my neck type of thing. So just being aware that we don't want to have a lot of restraints on us. We don't want to have a lot of constraints. We don't want to have a lot of opinions coming our way. We want to be able to kind of move forward with an elasticity of spirit, but we also are really going to get bothered by people who are bullies, who are just think they can throw their weight around, demand that they get treated, this way or that way, and it's just not going to fly for us. It's going to be like, why should I respect you? Okay, so you're powerful. So what? Like, that's going to be really the mentality that we have. It's like you still put your pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. So that's going to be the energy that comes forward. Strength here, when it's reversed, and it can even be for us that we can get frustrated and we can tend to have a little bit of a bullying energy come forward, right? But when the strength is in the upright position, it is, it's camaraderie, it's building a team, it's everybody working together. It's finding that sometimes the strongest people that you'll ever meet, like the strongest people that I've ever met, are like my great grandmother, right? This little old lady who had lived through so much, and she was unbelievably strong. And yet you looked at her and she was a little old lady in her 90s. There was nothing that you would sit there and say, oh, her, she is, she's just a pinnacle of strength. So here, that's going to be it with us too. Here, there's going to be more of a sense of, we look at people and we're going to be able to see strength. And that strength is really going to be making itself known. And we can even see it within ourselves. We see what strong is. But there's a strength in compassion. There's a strength in comprehension. There's a strength in connection. And that's going to be where we need to focus. And that's going to be where it's hard to focus during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of February in a separate video, where all the instructions will be either in the video or in the comment box or in the description box below. So good luck to everyone. Don't be scammed by anybody in the comment box. It will not be me. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Here we have Earth. And as an Earth sign energy, embracing the Earth, grounding ourselves, connecting with the Earth is going to be so intrinsically important. So Spirit is really saying here, connect with the Earth, ground yourself, center yourself. It will be very easy to get off center, or it is very easy in this world, just in general, Virgo, to get off center. We have to ground ourselves. And grounding ourselves, especially for Earth sign energies, so pinnacly important. We don't even realize how important it is for us. So just be aware of that. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have personal power reverse. This is the solar plexus chakra. And so Spirit is saying here, look at your power. We're not seeing the strength that we have within ourselves. We have to connect with our gut. We have to listen to what our gut is telling us. But we also have to be taking care of our gut, or taking care of our center, grounding ourselves. And that's going to be a really, really, really important thing, because it's going to be really easy for us not to. We're going to get caught up in this and in that. And Spirit's like, but what about centering you? Just like grounding you. And that's going to, excuse me, I'm going to cough. I do apologize. And that's going to show us our personal power, really coming into center, listening to our gut, and also if you have stomach problems, that can be our gut. That is our gut being out of balance. So just listening to our gut is just going to be so important, with the food that we put in, with the way that we nourish ourselves, with the way that we ground ourselves on this earth, and then being able to listen to that information, to what our gut is telling us, our personal power, our solar plexus chakra is telling us. That's going to be important. The energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the High Priestess reversed. So here, we have the option during this time to have the veil lifted from our eyes. We're not really going to want to. There's a sense of deeper insight coming in, and we're handling enough right now as is. So being aware of that is super important as well. But also knowing that we're really going to take other people's advice, or not advice, but we're going to think other people know what they're talking about more than we do ourselves. And during this time, Virgo, we really need to listen, we need to ground, and we need to center. And then we're going to start hearing things, seeing things, stepping into our power, stepping into our knowledge more and more. And that's going to be transformative for us. I'm just going to take a sip of water, so do bear with me. All right. So let's see how the tarot comes together. There we go. Comes together with the astrology during this time. So on the 16th of January, we have the moon in Aries squared Mercury in Capricorn. This is a time for everyone that is difficult for communication. So just note that if you have a meeting planned on this day, if you can move it, that would be excellent, because we're going to find it hard to communicate efficiently. We're going to stumble over our words, and we're going to find that we need to think before we speak, and we need to give ourselves a beat. This is also going to be a day where we all need to practice listening, and we're not going to want to. So just be aware of this during this time. We can just feel like a lot of information is coming our way with the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, and yet it's not fully being digested. So just being aware of that. On the 17th of January, we have the moon in Aries trine Venus in Sagittarius. This brings stability and security into our lives. We feel much more comfortable, much more confident, much more secure, much more grounded within ourselves. And we're a lot more present to how we want to be moving forward, and where it is that we desire. So with the Chariot here, very much embracing that energy, taking the reins, looking at what we want, and really moving forward. But we are going to have a bit of difficulty moving truly forward during this time. So just being aware that that's going to feel like, it's holding us back. It's kind of like when you're running forward and somebody's holding the back of your shirt. So just be aware of that. On the 18th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. Mental discipline can really help us to finalize our plans, to gather information, to really set goals and go forward. We're focused and we are practical about things. So that's really good. Just make sure that we're not too much in our own head. We're going to want to plan everything to like the umpteenth degree, and that can really stop us from moving forward fully the way that we want to. So being aware of that is going to be super important. On the 19th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. We are optimistic. We have an optimistic outlook on the bigger picture. We're looking at the way things can come together, big ideas, big possibilities coming our way. And once again, taking the reins with the Chariot. Venus is in Sagittarius, squared Neptune in Pisces. Also on the 19th, we are empathetic, we are compassionate, but this does make us vulnerable to being deceived and taken advantage of by others. So do be mindful about this. We need to have clear boundaries, and we need to be gentle with ourselves and those around us. So just not letting people get in our head. It's almost like we're going to do a really nice thing, and then somebody's going to sit there and be like, well, why wasn't it nicer? Why wasn't it better? And you're almost going to feel at times during this time, Virgo, that you just can't win. And that's not the case at all. It's that you're putting a lot on you. You have the repeat of the number 8. So you're very strict with yourself. You're very kind of like, this is the way it has to be. And you're not going to give yourself that wiggle room. And people will be more than happy, because we do have the strength card reverse, to take advantage of that and to be a bit of a bullying energy. On the 20th of January, we have the sun entering into Aquarius. Now, this is a very fun time. It is a time to embrace what makes us different. It's a time to be independent, to step out of our comfort zone, and really look on a changing force for the future. Like really look on being able to move things forward in a more kind of like in alignment with us type of way. Also on the 20th, we have Pluto entering into Aquarius. Now, Pluto comes back into Aquarius, and it brings us extra focus. It brings us change. It brings us transformation into our lives. We're taking control of our future and moving more towards the inventive and the unconventional. So that's going to be a really fun thing for us. We're going to be looking at things in a way, sorry, I didn't mean for that. We're going to be looking at things in a way that we hadn't seen it before. We're going to be kind of like, oh, okay, well, why not this? Why not that? But remember, we do have a tendency to get caught in our own mind during this time, overthink, overanalyze, and that will be kind of like the kiss of death to our creativity. So just be mindful about this. Also on the 20th, we have the sun in Capricorn conjunct Mercury in Capricorn. There's going to be something that happened 6 to 8 weeks ago. And this is for everybody. So it's very interesting. Something that happened 6 to 8 weeks ago that is now going to start to come to a head. And we're going to start to see the results. And this is really going to give us a big idea for what we want for like the next phase, like what we want to work more towards. Now, we are really kind of like, held back in the past for one reason or another. So just be mindful about this, because we're going to start to see something move forward, but we might not feel it really come fully to fruition the way that we want it to. On the 22nd of January, we have the moon in Gemini opposite Venus in Sagittarius. Lazy day. Just know that it's a lazy day. It will be a lazy day for everyone. If you make phone calls and say, I need this, I need that, you'll find trucks arrive late. People don't show up on time. Everything is just a little bit lazy and it's going to get you frustrated, but you're also going to be a little bit lazy yourself on this day. So am I. So just knowing that about ourselves, it's like, okay, going to give myself, a bit of a break, kind of slow down, and just on the 22nd know that things might go pear-shaped, and that's okay. So give yourself a little bit of wiggle room on this day if you can. On the 23rd of January, we have Venus entering into Capricorn. Now, Venus is the planet of love and of pleasure, and we have Capricorn, which is the planet of getting things done, really. So, like, really, getting things organized, getting things done, getting things moving forward. And so we can think these won't go well together, and yet they kind of do. So we have our ambition and our focus. We really enjoy being ambitious. We really enjoy being focused. We really enjoy going after our goals, making progress. That's just going to be something that's really quite satisfying and thrilling for us. When it comes to love relationships, we are going to be much more conventional and much more committed. Okay. So if you're into that, that's fantastic. If you're not into that right now, just know that when Venus enters into Capricorn, we're going to look at things much more committedly than we would at other times. On the 24th of January, we have the moon in Cancer tried Neptune in Pisces. We want to help people out. We really, really do. We want to help people out. We want to be supportive. We want to be understanding, but we do have a lot on our plate. So do be mindful during this time, Virgo. You don't want to spread yourself too thin. On the 25th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Jupiter in Taurus. It's difficult to focus. Another day where it's difficult to focus. We're lazy. Like, I don't want to say we're lazy in a mean way, but it's a lazy day. I mean, like, just give yourself a bit of a break. Everybody's going to be a bit lazy, a bit like, enough is enough. I don't want to get everything done right now. So give yourself a break, be kind to yourself, and just know that you're going to be dealing with people who aren't going to be necessarily as motivated as you would like them to be. Also on the 25th, we have the full moon in Leo, and we will have a separate video all on that, going deeper into that full moon. On the 26th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Uranus in Taurus. We're restless and, a little bit agitated. We aren't sure exactly why. So just knowing that during this time that we're kind of on the 26th, we're going to be a little bit like uncertain, unsure, a little bit more like, I want to say all over the place, but it's not going to be necessarily scattered. It's just going to be, I don't know why I don't feel more secure within myself. I don't know why I don't feel happier about things. So being aware of that is going to be super important, especially since we do have that restless energy, with the Eight of Cups reverse, with the Ten of Swords reverse, with the Eight of Swords reverse. There is just the sense during this time, and even with strength, like we can feel like, okay, physically, or like, I'm showing the strength this way. Why isn't it being seen as strength? Or why aren't I seeing it as strength? And that's going to be really important for us during this time. So just being aware and knowing that we can tend to overthink, we can tend to live in our head too much. We're going to be transforming, but we're not going to fully get to that place that we want to be all in the month of January. So just being aware of this is going to be important. On the 27th of January, we have the sun in Aquarius squared Jupiter in Taurus. We feel good. This is a feel good day, but this is also a day where we can kind of be a little bit like the hare and the tortoise, right? So when the hare is off, he can totally win the race against the tortoise, but we feel so good and we're so sure of ourselves that we sit down and we have a nap. And then the tortoise winds up winning the race and the hare wakes up and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost. So just know that about this day, because we can just be so motivated. We can feel like things are going in such a good direction and we can be like, okay, I can get to it later. And then we wind up dropping the ball. So just be aware of that during this time. On the 27th of January, we also have Mercury in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. Our mind is active. We have plenty of new ideas. This is another reason why we can be like, okay, I can get to everything later, because we have so many new ideas coming. This would be a great day to write down the ideas, to have a little brainstorming session, and then to kind of step back and say, okay, what do I need to get done now? What needs my focus right now? We'll think we'll know everything, or we'll keep everything in our mind, and it just won't. So just be aware of this during this time. And yeah, we want to take a chance. We want to jump forward into things. Now, Uranus also goes direct on the 27th of January, and it goes direct in Taurus. Now, Uranus coming out of retrograde is the end of feeling like things won't change. We feel like we're stuck. And we do have this energy here as well, where we feel like we're stuck. We're starting to see more open options open up to us. We're starting to see change coming forward. And where we haven't seen it in the last couple of months. So this is going to be a little bit exhilarating for us, especially since we very much want a change right now. That's coming through in the cards very, very powerfully. So it's time to create the change that we want. It's time to really become proactive. And this is going to be a time where spirit's like, don't overthink, take the reins and go after what you want. That's going to be a really big thing. But using your strength, using like compassion and more gentleness than just pure brute force is going to be really important. On the 28th of January, we have Venus in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. We take pleasure in focusing on our goals. We take pleasure in connecting with people and going after what we want and making connections on this day. So just know that this is a fantastic day to really focus on our responsibility, network, and see ourselves move forward. And even if it's not networking, it's going to be, talking about things that we're really excited about or passionate about, connecting with friends, connecting with people, and we can start to see certain doors opening that we didn't think would open because we are so passionate, we are so driven on this day. We also have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Unexpected, unconventional ideas start coming forward. We think outside of the box, and we're really opened to moving forward in a different way, like, to going after things in a more proactive way for ourselves. Venus is in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. Luck is on our side. The 28th, it's a good day for us. It really is. Luck is on our side. We feel good. Everything is doing well. We benefit from, collaborating with people, connecting with people, and really seeing those opportunities open up. On the 29th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Energy and enthusiasm are absolutely strong. We are charged. We are moving forward. We are taking the initiative, and we're going to see ourselves stepping forward in a way that we hadn't anticipated. So we're not going to be handling things in the way that we usually do, but we're going to be really excited about the way the doors are opening for us. Now, the 30th and the 31st, these are a little bit like less savory days for us. So the moon is in Taurus, squared Venus in Capricorn. We're not wanting to deal with people on this day. We're just not. We're going to be a little bit annoyed. And because we have all this energy reversed here, or like, a way of getting in our own heads and feeling like we're not moving forward, feeling a bit stagnant, and then having, kind of like the bullying energy of strength reverse, we can kind of take that out on ourselves and on others. So just be mindful about this. We need to give ourselves a break. We need to kind of step back from things. On the 31st of January, we have the moon in Libra, squared Mars in Capricorn. Again, we're irritable. We're just irritable. We can easily snap at others. We can easily snap at ourselves. We want to get to the root of the problem. And this is not it's not fighting until we've thought things through. We're going to want to. We're going to want to have a good row with somebody, like have a good argument. We're going to think, oh my gosh, that just solve everything. I just need to have a good argument. And Spirit's saying, no, think it through. Look at the kind of like cause of the irritation before we really open up that can of worms. So just be mindful, because we can't unsay things that we say. So just be mindful about this. Our subconscious spirit message is imagine. Use your imagination. This is going to be the most fantastic time to use your imagination, to open up your mind, to question, to look deeper, to kind of like, fall into just the world of wondering. Like just what if, what if, what if? And not in that worrying type of way, but like, in a what if kind of writing a story way. Like, what if this could happen? And what if monsters were real? And what if, you could fly? And what if this? And what if that? Just letting ourselves imagine like we would when we were children, and letting ourselves connect with that energy is just going to be really beautiful, really passionate, really, really fun for us. Our subconscious Our subconscious chakra message is communicate. And here, just knowing with the third chakra that we are communicating on many, many different levels. You're going to walk into a room and you're going to be hit with things, like hit with people's thoughts and opinions and, kind of their energy vibrations. And you're going to be picking up on all of it. And you're going to be wanting to communicate from that energy. And yet Spirit is saying, but they're not saying that. Spirit is saying to us, maybe be mindful about how much we are connecting with everyone in the room, how much energy we are picking up during this time. We can absolutely not commit, but we can absolutely connect, psychically, empathically with those that we are really close to. But that might be very draining for with people that we don't know, or for those of us who aren't trained in this energy. So just be aware of it. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Six of Wands reversed. And the Six of Wands reversed is not celebrating ourselves, not seeing our worth, not moving ourselves forward in prosperity and pride. So here, just be mindful about this during this time. It can be that we don't see our own worth. It can also be that we are working with people or dealing with people who are more than willing to show us our shortcomings. So just being mindful about this energy is going to be super important. Our subconscious tarot energy is the Seven of Pentacles, patience. During this time, what we need to have is patience with the plans that we are building, with how we want to move things forward, with what we're going after, having patience and slowly and steadily seeing ourselves building something greater, something better than we had imagined is going to be really important for us. And it doesn't even have to be better than we imagined, but something really beautiful and something really powerful. Okay. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing. Oh, excuse me. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Virgo, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.